You guys know it, I'm using the OnePlus Nord as my daily driver, and of course I have already done the unboxing and first impressions for the phone last night. You can go and check out our unboxing and first impressions right now if you haven't already. A card should pop up right now. And this right here, my friends, is the Asus ROG Phone 3. Now these two phones are at two completely different ends of the spectrum. The OnePlus Nord is actually appealing to a mainstream audience, whereas the ROG Phone 3 is a threequel that hopes to actually impress the mobile gaming audience. Considering the ROG Phone 2 was such a raging success, at least as far as smartphone gamers in India are concerned, this is definitely an exciting phone to look forward to. Hi, I'm Ashraf from Mr. Phone, and in this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the unboxing and first impressions of the newly launched Asus ROG Phone 3. But before we move on, as usual, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button and the bell icon right next to it to get notified whenever Mr. Phone puts out an awesome new tech video. Also, we are in the process of building bigger communities over at Telegram and Instagram for more focused conversations, so links to which should also be in the description below. So this is the Indian retail packaging of the ROG Phone 3. Coming from the Nord's packaging, this doesn't look as polished. On the rear, you can see a few spec details of the phone. This is the base variant with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of internal storage. The second top-end variant will come with 12GB of RAM and 256GB of storage. By the way, it has a SAR value of 0.736, and for those interested, Asus is not a Chinese brand, and this particular review unit has been manufactured in Indonesia. Now here's the kicker. Surprisingly, Asus hasn't removed the price of the ROG Phone 3 here, and it shows Rs 55,999 for the base variant. I think this is a sticker price and Asus could actually bring it down to 49,999. Let's wait and watch. Okay, let's slide out the top lid. Unfortunately, this box was already opened before, but all the accessories are still inside. The first thing you see is a cardboard sheathing. Inside, you will see a few ROG logos and Join the League stickers. Keeping that aside, there's a quick start guide, and the final piece of the puzzle is this plastic case. It's got a wacky, gamery aesthetic that doesn't work for me, but well, it's there for what it's worth. By the way, this is not some hard plastic case. It can actually flex. And finally, let's take the phone out. This, my friends, is the ROG Phone 3 inside the plastic wrapper. It continues to look imposing and has very sharp lines and angles all across the back. Plus, there's the signature ROG logo that can light up as well. Let's try the case first. It fits very nicely, but I doubt it'll really protect the phone or anything. Does offer a very unique design though. It definitely doesn't work for me, but gamers are probably going to be excited. Let's keep it aside and take a look at what else you get inside the box. You get an upgraded 30-watt hypercharger and a Type-C cable. And finally, you get a Type-C to 3.5mm dongle inside the box. Hey, by the way, I completely forgot about the SIM card removal tool. There's one inside this box. So the ROG Phone 3 continues to be a gargantuan piece of hardware that can easily pull down your pants if you put it inside a pocket. The phone weighs a whopping 240 grams and is almost touching 10mm of thickness. But all this so it can fit some beefy internals, including a massive 6000 mAh battery. The weight is distributed well, whether you hold it in portrait mode or in landscape. Now, slim and compact is a design trade-off that you guys will have to live with if you want to use one of the best gaming phones out there. Anyway, the back has that outlandish design like I mentioned before, and it continues to use Corning's Gorilla Glass 3 for protection. It now includes a triple camera module on the rear that has a weird breakaway in the design. Plus, don't these two flash modules look oddly designed as well? This complete disregard for symmetry is totally whimsical. The ROG logo that you can see on the rear is actually lit up by colorful LEDs and is completely customizable as well. Remember the large vent from the ROG Phone 2? Well, that has now changed into a smaller one. Tiny design refinements like these are clearly evident on the ROG Phone 3. Now the power button, which comes with red accents along with the volume rocker, are on the right edge. A USB Type-C port is at the bottom and it is of the USB 2.0 spec. Confused as to why Asus has done this? This means you can't stream games using a capture card. Well, worry not, because the ROG Phone 3 has another USB Type-C port on the right edge, which is of the USB 3.1 Gen 2 spec. Very smart move considering most gamers will be streaming games in landscape mode exclusively. You can also use this port to charge your device as well. Plus, it also doubles up as a smart connector for the other accessories. By the way, you now get 4 mics with Asus's noise reduction technology. One's at the bottom next to the Type-C port, another one is at the top, and there's one next to the power button. The final one is on the right next to the flash module. Furthermore, the same Wi-Fi antenna setup from the ROG Phone 2 with 4 antennas placed strategically across the device is present on this iteration as well. But did you guys notice something? The headphone jack is now gone. Poof. That said, you do get a Type-C to 3.5mm dongle in the box, and it works with both the Type-C ports. So there's some respite. Finally, you get the air triggers, and they've also been upgraded to offer split buttons now. You can tap on them as usual, or you can have a dual partition for L1, L2 and R1, R2 settings, similar to what you get on PlayStation's DualShock 4 controller. Now this just gives a crazy competitive edge for gamers using an ROG Phone 3. And not to mention, the linear vibration motor also offers precise haptics with the air triggers, and in fact the entire phone for regular functions as well. On the front, once again, ASUS has gone for bezels but no notch. This is purposefully designed so as to ensure that you get some sort of palm rest while gaming in landscape mode. The front camera sits on this bezel along with the front-facing speaker grills on the top and the bottom. This speaker is super loud and uses dual smart amps as well for audio. The 6.59-inch display protected by Corning's Gorilla Glass 6 goes for an overkill. This FHD Plus AMOLED panel has a refresh rate of 144Hz / 1 milliseconds now. In fact, you can switch between 60, 90, 120 and 144Hz on the fly. And the ROG Phone 3 actually displays the refresh rate on the notifications panel as well. Add a touch sampling rate of 270Hz and a touch latency of 25 ms, which is the lowest in the industry. You have a potent gaming setup ready for you right there. That's not it though. The display has a delta E of less than 1, which means that it is incredibly color accurate. It can also go up to a peak brightness of 1000 nits. And finally, it has support for HDR video playback as well. As for the hardware, this is the world's first phone with Snapdragon 865 Plus, which is also the world's first processor to have cracked the 3 GHz barrier with the Prime CPU core. The Adreno 650 GPU is also 10% faster than the one you get with the Snapdragon 865 chip. Apart from this, you get 8/12 GB of LPDDR5 RAM and correspondingly 128/256 GB of UFS 3.1 storage. Obviously, all this results in breakneck performance and of course, support for 5G networks as well. More in our full review. Powering all this is the same massive 6000 mAh battery like I mentioned before, but it is now ably supported by a Qualcomm Quick Charge 4 compliant 30-watt hypercharge technology. We are eager to test out how long it takes to charge from 0 to 100. As for the cameras, you get a 64 megapixel Sony IMX686 sensor with an attached f/1.8 lens. The secondary camera is a 13 megapixel unit that goes as wide as 125 degrees or 11mm in 35mm equivalent. And finally, you get a 5 megapixel macro. On the front, there's a 24 megapixel selfie camera. And this is all an entirely fairly sensible camera setup, but you'll have to wait for our full review for camera samples. Obviously, if it is a gaming phone, the overlying UI on top of Android 10 has to be outlandish as well. Well, the best part is ASUS gives you the option to choose between classic mode and gaming mode. I chose the classic mode immediately because it was much cleaner. Except for Facebook, Netflix and Instagram, the phone is generally free of bloatware. You can uninstall these as well. There's also the Armory Create app for gaming that lets you customize every minute setting individually for each game. From adjusting the in-game lighting to locking the brightness setting to rejecting calls to actually customizing the CPU/GPU speeds, this app is extremely flexible. I'm not even scratching the surface when it comes to the sheer number of options that are actually available here. Also, there's a lot more to talk about the software, which we shall do in the full review. So here's the thing, the ASUS ROG Phone 3 in every conceivable way is an exercise in excess. But the ROG Phone 3 is actually targeting the niche of gamers who in general revel in, flexing their hardware specs. Now, my first impressions of the phone are very good despite the fact that, ASUS has dropped the headphone jack. Now, if ASUS manages to price the phone under rupees 50,000, then I think that it will find a lot of takers. And if it manages to pull off a coup like it did last time with the ROG Phone 2, then we are looking at a very interesting proposition. Well, what do you guys think of the ASUS ROG Phone 2? Do let me know in the comment section below. Until next time, this is Aishar from Mr. Phone signing off. Goodbye and Godspeed, my friends.